Mobility and balance are among the most precious gifts a person can maintain between the ages of 65 and 80, because they represent more than just physical ability. They reflect health, independence, freedom, and dignity. When an older person can walk confidently, stand for long periods without fatigue, or move around the home and community without fear of falling, it demonstrates that their body has been preserved through a lifetime of choices and care. Maintaining strong mobility and balance at this stage of life is not common, which is why those who possess it are seen as exceptional. It signals that the muscles, bones, joints, and nervous system are still working in harmony, even after decades of natural wear and tear. For many seniors, the gradual decline in balance begins subtly, a little unsteadiness while climbing stairs, needing to hold onto a railing when before they didn't, or feeling nervous on uneven ground. But for the rare group who still stride with confidence, it represents resilience and strength not just of the body but of the mind. They likely invested in regular exercise, whether through walking, stretching, swimming, or yoga, and this commitment to movement has rewarded them with stability and freedom. Mobility goes hand in hand with independence. An older person who can get up from bed without help, bathe without support, cook, shop for groceries, or walk through the park is able to continue living life on their own terms. They are not bound by dependence on family members or caregivers, and this autonomy fuels a sense of pride and confidence. Balance, in particular, is a safeguard against one of the biggest threats to seniors: falls. A fall at this age can lead to fractures, hospitalizations, and even long-term disability. The fact that someone between 65 and 80 can maintain their equilibrium means they have reduced their risk of these life-altering events. Their posture remains upright, their core muscles engaged, and their coordination finely tuned. They can step off curbs, climb into vehicles, or even dance at family gatherings without hesitation, bringing joy not only to themselves but to those who witness their vitality. Strong mobility and balance also keep the mind engaged. When seniors walk confidently outdoors, they are more likely to engage with their community, socialize, and explore the world around them. Physical activity stimulates circulation, improves cardiovascular health, and sends oxygen to the brain, all of which sharpen mental clarity and memory. In contrast, those who lose balance and mobility often become housebound, withdrawing from social life, which can lead to isolation and cognitive decline. Therefore, an older adult who moves with ease is not just preserving their body but also protecting their mental well-being. It becomes a virtuous cycle. Movement sustains health, and health makes more movement possible. The symbolism of balance is also profound. Balance in the body mirrors balance in life. An elderly person with steady steps often demonstrates patience, calmness, and an ability to face challenges without losing stability. Just as they physically prevent themselves from falling, they also mentally and emotionally resist the turbulence of aging. Their physical steadiness reassures younger generations that aging does not always mean frailty. Instead, it can represent grace, resilience, and the preservation of dignity. Families admire such elders, not only for what they can still do but for the example they set, that self-care across a lifetime pays off and that it is possible to live well into later years with energy and mobility. Another dimension of mobility is flexibility. The ability to bend down to pick something off the floor, tie shoelaces, or reach for objects on a shelf may seem simple, but at 70 or 80, it is a rare ability. When seniors maintain flexible joints and supple muscles, it suggests they avoided excessive stiffness that comes with inactivity or arthritis. It shows that they invested in stretching, gentle exercise, or healthy habits that protected their musculoskeletal system. This kind of preservation extends life quality, because it prevents reliance on others for small but important tasks. Every movement achieved independently, whether it is turning in bed, getting into a car, or standing in a queue, becomes a declaration of freedom. Walking is the foundation of mobility, and those who can still walk briskly or climb stairs with minimal assistance at 70 or beyond are remarkable. Walking involves coordination of the feet, legs, spine, eyes, and even the inner ear, which regulates balance. The fact that all these systems can still operate together smoothly reflects not only physical health but neurological integrity. A strong gait is often considered one of the most reliable indicators of overall health in older adults. Doctors sometimes use walking speed as a predictor of longevity, because it captures multiple aspects of vitality at once. The rare gem senior who walks briskly is essentially demonstrating that their cardiovascular, muscular, and nervous systems remain in harmony. The psychological effect of mobility and balance cannot be underestimated. Knowing you can still stand tall and move freely builds confidence. It encourages seniors to take part in family events, to travel, or to simply step out into the world without hesitation. Confidence in one's steps reduces anxiety, while lack of balance fosters fear and caution. Seniors who stumble frequently may withdraw, avoiding activities they once loved, but those who still carry themselves strongly inspire admiration. They become role models, showing others that aging does not have to mean weakness. The maintenance of balance also involves sensory health. Vision, hearing, and inner ear function all contribute to equilibrium. Seniors with strong balance are often those who took care of these senses throughout life. They got regular checkups, treated conditions promptly, and maintained overall wellness. Their preserved senses allow them to navigate spaces safely, judge distances, and react quickly to obstacles. This sensory harmony allows them to continue living actively in a world that demands awareness and quick responses. In addition, mobility contributes directly to longevity. Regular physical movement strengthens the heart, maintains muscle mass, prevents obesity, and regulates blood sugar. These factors protect against chronic illnesses like diabetes, heart disease, and hypertension. Seniors who maintain mobility into their 70s and 80s often have a lower risk of disease, which in turn supports further mobility. It is a cycle of health, resilience, and energy that sets them apart from their peers. Finally, balance and mobility in the later years embody hope. They show that aging does not have to be synonymous with decline. They prove that with care, discipline, and perhaps a bit of good fortune, the body can serve faithfully for many decades. Seniors who move freely are living testaments to the rewards of perseverance and self-care. They inspire younger generations to adopt healthier lifestyles and encourage their peers to remain active despite limitations. When you see a 75-year-old standing tall, walking steadily, and engaging with life fully, you are looking at someone rare, a gem polished by time, resilient in spirit, and strong in body. Mental sharpness and memory are treasures that become increasingly valuable with age, especially between 65 and 80, when the natural course of life often brings cognitive decline to many people. To remain mentally sharp during these years means the mind is still alert, quick, and capable of handling challenges with confidence. It is rare because aging naturally slows processing speed, weakens recall, and makes multitasking more difficult. Yet for those who still remember names, hold engaging conversations, solve problems, and learn new skills, it is a sign of exceptional preservation of the brain's abilities. A sharp mind at this stage of life reflects not only genetic blessing but also years of mental exercise, healthy lifestyle choices, and a positive outlook. Such individuals are rare gems because they stand out in a society where forgetfulness, confusion, and even dementia are often seen as normal aspects of old age. Mental sharpness is more than just the ability to remember facts. It involves reasoning, creativity, quick thinking, and adaptability. A senior who can still keep up with current events, manage finances, use modern technology like smartphones or computers, and even engage in hobbies that require focus demonstrates extraordinary vitality. Memory plays a key role in identity. The ability to recall life experiences, family stories, and personal details keeps a person connected to who they are and helps maintain strong bonds with loved ones. When an older person shares stories with grandchildren, remembers important dates, or offers wise advice with clarity, they are not just displaying memory but preserving heritage. Their role becomes that of a living library, a guide for younger generations who look to them for wisdom. One of the most impressive aspects of mental sharpness in later life is adaptability. Many elderly individuals struggle when faced with changes in technology or lifestyle, but those who remain mentally agile continue learning. They may pick up new hobbies like painting, gardening, or even digital skills such as video calls and online learning. Their curiosity and openness to new experiences keep their brain active and delay decline. This adaptability reflects a deep resilience, because it shows that the person is not bound by age but continues to evolve with time. They see life as a continuous journey of learning, and that attitude alone strengthens cognitive abilities. Memory, especially short-term memory, often weakens in later years, but rare individuals can recall details effortlessly. They remember names after introductions, keep track of conversations, and manage their schedules without heavy reliance on notes or reminders. This ability allows them to remain socially active, which in turn strengthens emotional health. When seniors are mentally sharp, they avoid the embarrassment or frustration of forgetting important things, and this builds confidence in their interactions. They become dependable sources of guidance in their families and communities, respected not only for their age but for their clarity of thought. Mental sharpness also plays a crucial role in decision-making. Life at 70 or 80 is still full of important choices, from healthcare options to financial matters. A sharp mind ensures that these decisions are made thoughtfully and independently. Seniors who can weigh pros and cons, analyze situations, and make sound judgments are far less vulnerable to exploitation, manipulation, or dependence on others. They retain control over their lives, which is invaluable for maintaining dignity. Independence of thought is just as important as physical independence, and together they create a powerful sense of freedom. Beyond practical matters, sharpness of mind contributes to creativity and joy. Many older people with active minds engage in writing, painting, or music. They may keep journals, compose poetry, or explore philosophical ideas. These activities bring fulfillment and meaning, showing that mental vitality can enrich not only daily life but also the inner world. The ability to create, imagine, and express ideas keeps the spirit youthful even when the body ages. Such seniors are often admired not only for their wisdom but for their fresh perspective and enthusiasm for life. The relationship between mental sharpness and health is also significant. Studies show that seniors who remain mentally active are less likely to suffer from severe cognitive decline. Activities such as reading, puzzles, learning languages, and social interaction stimulate the brain, building what scientists call cognitive reserve. This reserve protects the mind against the effects of aging and illness. Seniors who challenge themselves with mental tasks preserve neural connections, ensuring their brain remains flexible and responsive. Therefore, a 75-year-old who can still debate politics, solve crossword puzzles, or learn how to edit videos is not just impressive but exceptional. Emotional health also benefits from mental sharpness. A clear mind allows seniors to process emotions better, resolve conflicts, and maintain strong relationships. Forgetfulness can strain family bonds, but memory keeps connections strong. Remembering a child's birthday, recalling a shared joke, or bringing up a meaningful story at the right moment all strengthen family unity. Seniors who stay sharp mentally bring joy and reassurance to their loved ones, because they feel present and engaged rather than distant or confused. This emotional presence often makes them the center of family gatherings, where their words carry weight and their stories inspire. Another important factor is that mental sharpness provides a sense of purpose. Seniors with strong memory and alertness often feel that they still have much to contribute. They may mentor younger people, volunteer, or engage in community leadership. Their guidance, shaped by decades of experience, is delivered with clarity and precision, making it invaluable to others. They serve as living proof that age does not have to mean irrelevance but can be a period of great contribution. Purpose, in turn, sustains mental health, creating a cycle where contribution fuels sharpness and sharpness fuels contribution. The rarity of mental sharpness in later life should not be underestimated. Many people experience mild cognitive impairment or dementia as they age, making those who avoid these conditions stand out even more. They are living examples of what is possible with discipline, healthy choices, and sometimes sheer good fortune. They inspire hope in others by showing that the mind can remain strong even when the body grows old. Their existence challenges stereotypes about aging and demonstrates that the human brain is capable of extraordinary endurance. Ultimately, mental sharpness and memory are not just about holding onto the past but about staying present and engaged with the world. Seniors who maintain these qualities are rare gems because they embody the best of aging: wisdom combined with clarity, experience paired with quick thinking, and tradition joined with adaptability. They illuminate the path for others, showing that it is possible to live with dignity, relevance, and joy well into the later decades of life. Their alert minds are treasures not only for themselves but for everyone around them, because they keep families strong, communities enriched, and younger generations inspired. Independence in daily activities between the ages of 65 and 80 is one of the clearest markers of a life well lived in a body that has aged gracefully. It means that an individual can still manage the basic and essential tasks of everyday living without relying heavily on others. At first glance, these activities may seem simple or even ordinary: getting dressed, bathing, cooking meals, cleaning up, managing finances, shopping, or traveling to appointments. Yet, in later years, these tasks often become challenging as the body slows down, joints stiffen, and energy levels decline. That is why the ability to perform them independently is a rare and admirable trait. It represents not just physical health but also resilience, confidence, and a sense of control over one's own life. Independence brings dignity. When seniors can handle their own routines, they do not feel like a burden on their families or society. They maintain a sense of pride knowing they can still contribute to their households, manage their own affairs, and navigate daily life without constant supervision. This autonomy allows them to preserve their identity, because dependence often forces older adults to shift roles, from being caregivers and decision makers to receivers of help. For those who still live independently, every small act, whether preparing a cup of tea, watering plants, or managing bills, becomes a symbol of self-sufficiency and strength. It reassures them that they are still capable and relevant in a world that sometimes dismisses the elderly. The link between independence and physical health is strong. To dress oneself requires flexibility in the joints, balance, and coordination. To cook, one must have the strength to stand, move between kitchen counters, and use utensils safely. To bathe, a person needs balance, mobility, and the ability to manage slippery surfaces without fear of falling. These are not minor achievements at 70 or 80. They are proof of a body that has been cared for and a spirit that has refused to give in to decline. Seniors who can still perform these tasks are likely to have invested years into maintaining their health through diet, exercise, and regular medical care. Their independence is a reward for these choices. Mental clarity plays an equally important role in independence. Managing daily activities requires memory, organization, and decision-making skills. Remembering medication schedules, handling financial responsibilities, and keeping track of appointments are signs of a mind that is still sharp. Independence cannot exist without this mental component, because physical ability alone is not enough. Seniors who remain independent often show remarkable attention to detail and the ability to adapt when problems arise, such as handling unexpected bills or changing plans when transportation is delayed. This combination of mental sharpness and physical strength makes them stand out as rare gems in their age group. Independence also has a deep emotional dimension. Seniors who live independently feel a sense of freedom that protects them from the depression or frustration that sometimes comes with aging. They can choose when to wake up, what to eat, and how to spend their day. They do not have to wait for others to assist them or make decisions on their behalf. This freedom sustains their sense of identity and keeps their spirit alive. It provides motivation to keep going, to continue setting goals, and to look forward to new experiences. On the other hand, when independence is lost, many seniors feel confined, powerless, and disconnected from their own lives. Therefore, the preservation of independence is one of the greatest blessings a person can have in later years. Independence also fosters stronger relationships. Paradoxically, seniors who can care for themselves often enjoy more positive interactions with their families. Because they are not overly dependent, their time with loved ones is spent in joy and companionship, rather than in obligation or stress. Families respect and admire their strength, and visits become opportunities for shared experiences rather than tasks of caregiving. This balance nurtures love and reduces tension, allowing seniors to remain central figures in family life without becoming a source of strain. Their independence allows them to contribute emotionally and socially, rather than feeling sidelined. The ability to manage transportation is another major aspect of independence. Seniors who can still drive safely or navigate public transport confidently retain the freedom to go wherever they please. They can attend social gatherings, run errands, visit friends, or participate in community events without waiting on others. This freedom to move sustains social connections, which in turn protects against loneliness and isolation. Independence in mobility ensures that seniors remain part of the larger world, engaged in activities that bring meaning and joy. In contrast, those who lose the ability to get around often feel trapped and disconnected, which can accelerate both physical and mental decline. Financial independence is equally crucial. Seniors who can handle their own finances, pay bills, and make financial decisions without confusion are rare in their age group. This not only preserves their sense of control but also protects them from exploitation. It ensures that they remain in charge of their own lives and resources, which is empowering. Being financially independent allows them to make choices about healthcare, hobbies, travel, and lifestyle that bring happiness and comfort. It also reduces stress for their families, who do not have to step in constantly to manage affairs. The symbolism of independence in later years is powerful. It shows resilience in the face of time, proof that aging does not necessarily mean helplessness. Seniors who continue living independently become role models to younger generations. They embody the results of discipline, self-care, and a positive mindset. They demonstrate that it is possible to live long without losing the essence of self. Their independence reminds everyone around them that aging can be graceful, dignified, and fulfilling. Of course, independence does not mean rejecting help altogether. Even the most capable seniors occasionally need support. What makes independence so precious is not the absence of assistance but the ability to choose when and how to accept it. This choice preserves dignity. Seniors who can say, "I can handle this myself, but I'd love your company," maintain control while still allowing loved ones to participate in their lives. That balance keeps relationships healthy and ensures that independence does not turn into isolation. In the end, sustaining independence in daily activities between 65 and 80 is about more than just completing tasks. It is about identity, dignity, freedom, and relevance. It reflects a lifetime of discipline, resilience, and adaptability. Seniors who achieve this are indeed rare gems, standing apart in a world where many struggle with dependence. They remind us that aging does not have to strip away self-sufficiency but can instead highlight the strength and perseverance of the human spirit. They show that it is possible to live not only longer but better, carrying the light of independence with pride, grace, and unwavering determination. Engaging in a social, active, and fulfilling lifestyle between the ages of 65 and 80 is one of the greatest indicators of vitality and well-being. It shows that a person has not retreated into isolation or allowed aging to confine them, but instead continues to participate in life with enthusiasm and purpose. Many people at this stage slow down drastically, sometimes withdrawing from social gatherings, avoiding physical activity, or giving up on hobbies. Yet the rare gems who remain socially and actively engaged demonstrate that their spirit is still alive, their body still willing, and their mind still eager to experience the richness of life. This engagement is not only a marker of health but also a source of joy, longevity, and meaning. Social engagement is crucial because human beings are wired for connection. At any age, relationships provide comfort, identity, and purpose. Seniors who continue to attend family events, meet friends, join community groups, or even volunteer are keeping themselves emotionally nourished. Isolation, on the other hand, often leads to loneliness, depression, and even physical decline. An active social life ensures that seniors remain emotionally supported and mentally stimulated. Conversations, laughter, and shared experiences act as medicine for the soul, reducing stress and fostering happiness. For someone in their 70s or 80s, being surrounded by people they love and enjoy is not just pleasant, it is life-affirming. An active lifestyle in this age group does not necessarily mean running marathons or lifting heavy weights. It can simply involve daily walks, gardening, light exercise, or dancing. These physical activities keep the body flexible, strong, and balanced. They also improve circulation, heart health, and energy levels. The seniors who still engage in such activities are rare because many of their peers have surrendered to a sedentary lifestyle, often leading to stiffness, weakness, and dependency. Those who remain active, even at moderate levels, are investing in their longevity and quality of life. They are not waiting for illness or frailty to define them. They are fighting back by keeping their muscles strong and their bodies in motion. Fulfilling lifestyle choices also play a major role in well-being. At this stage of life, fulfillment often comes from passions, hobbies, and a sense of purpose. Some seniors find joy in creative outlets like painting, music, or writing. Others enjoy traveling, exploring new cultures, or even rediscovering local attractions. Many find meaning in helping others, whether through volunteering, mentoring younger generations, or participating in religious or community activities. Fulfillment gives a sense of direction, reminding seniors that life is not just about surviving but about thriving. Those who still pursue passions in their 70s and 80s stand out as extraordinary because they show that curiosity and excitement can continue well into later years. The connection between social activity and mental sharpness is also profound. Seniors who engage socially are less likely to experience rapid cognitive decline. Interacting with others requires memory, attention, and adaptability. It forces the mind to stay alert, recall details, and respond to conversation. Similarly, pursuing hobbies and learning new skills strengthens brain function by creating new neural pathways. A fulfilling lifestyle filled with variety and challenge protects the mind and keeps it vibrant. The elderly who remain socially and mentally active demonstrate not only resilience but also wisdom in choosing to nurture their cognitive health. Spiritual and emotional fulfillment are equally important. Many seniors engage in practices like meditation, prayer, or mindfulness, which give them peace and clarity. For others, fulfillment comes from family, watching grandchildren grow, guiding younger generations, or cherishing long-lasting friendships. These emotional connections give them a reason to wake up with gratitude each day. Rare is the 75-year-old who still finds new reasons to smile, laugh, and celebrate life, but those who do are living proof that fulfillment is not bound by age. The lifestyle of a socially and actively engaged senior also benefits physical health in tangible ways. Social interaction lowers stress, which in turn reduces blood pressure and inflammation. Physical activity maintains muscle tone, joint flexibility, and cardiovascular fitness. Hobbies and creative pursuits release endorphins, the body's natural mood enhancers. Together, these factors contribute to lower risks of disease, greater resilience, and slower aging. Seniors who keep themselves active and fulfilled are, in effect, crafting their own medicine through lifestyle choices rather than depending solely on treatments. Another striking aspect of this kind of lifestyle is the ripple effect it creates. Seniors who remain active and social inspire others around them. Their children and grandchildren see them as role models, proof that aging does not have to mean decline. Their friends admire their energy, and often, their presence motivates peers to remain active too. They bring light into social gatherings with their stories, humor, and positive outlook. They embody the message that life can be beautiful even after 70, and that aging can be embraced with joy rather than fear. Balance is a key part of fulfillment at this stage. Seniors who thrive are often those who balance rest with activity, solitude with socialization, and responsibility with enjoyment. They recognize that life is fragile, yet they continue to engage in it fully without overwhelming themselves. This balance protects them from burnout while still allowing them to experience the richness of human connection and activity. Such wisdom comes only with age, and when paired with the ability to live it out, it creates a lifestyle that is both fulfilling and sustainable. The psychological benefits of this kind of life are immense. Seniors who remain socially active and engaged in meaningful pursuits often report higher levels of happiness and satisfaction. They feel valued, relevant, and purposeful. Instead of focusing on losses, such as reduced physical strength or the passing of peers, they focus on gains, such as wisdom, deeper relationships, and the freedom to choose how to spend their time. This mindset itself is rare and precious, a mental gem that sustains their spirit and radiates positivity to everyone around them. Engaging in a fulfilling lifestyle also delays the sense of finality that often shadows old age. Seniors who stay active do not dwell excessively on aging or mortality. Instead, they immerse themselves in the present moment, savoring experiences, laughter, and connection. They live with the awareness that time is limited but choose to fill that time with richness rather than regret. This ability to live fully in the later years makes them truly remarkable. In the end, A senior who remains socially engaged, physically active, and fulfilled in their pursuits is more than just healthy. They are rare, shining examples of what it means to age gracefully. They defy the stereotypes of old age as a period of decline, showing instead that it can be a time of growth, contribution, and joy. Their lifestyle is proof that life between 65 and 80 can still be filled with adventure, love, and purpose. They are rare gems not only because of what they do for themselves but because of the hope, inspiration, and vitality they bring to the world around them.